My child's activity book looks pretty. Hol up. When I was 16, I saw a beautiful girl across a crowded room at a party and I asked her to dance. 10 years later, I asked her to be my wife. Both times she said no. The most offensive thing as a bulk man is when you walking down the street and a old right woman clutches her purse. Butch really thinks she's stronger than me. Once I went to a party with my husband, full of people he knew from work, but I didn't. A guy came up to us, turned to me, and said you must be his wife. I turned to my husband and said you have a wife. Should have seen the guy's face. You're ugly. It's okay. I'll duck you anyway. What a roller coaster of emotions I just went through. What is a common myth about your country that is 100% false, but many people still believe in it? Romania. Many people believe we have vampires, but in my 700 years of living here, I haven't even seen one. I asked my mates back in the castle and they also haven't seen any, and they've been around for longer than I. Stops time. Jacks off everyone I'm fighting. Time resumes. They all cram at once, and while they're cramming, I slit their throats. Couldn't you just slit their throats while time was frozen? I had no time. Scene Pen says, so you want my scans and voice data and all that. Here's what I think is fair. I want your daughters, because I want to create a virtual replica of her, and invite my friends over to do whatever we want in a virtual party right now. 20 stackable chairs. $100. Description. 20 chairs for sale. There are holes in the middle of each of them, because of personal project. Can use for refurbishing or anything you like. $100 or best offer. Please stop inboxing me asking what the personal project is. That's weird. My dad is an electrician in a zoo, and look how he spent his morning. I'm crying. Your dad's small as hell. Of all the things we started changing the names of because they were too offensive, we still nonchalantly call tank tops a wife beater. If you were in a car, would you know what accident to do? Hold up. Can someone explain this picture? The lion chose Lex over food, while zebra chose pun over life. About to start the turkey. Let me know if anyone wants to come over. According to Snapchat maps, it's now autumn in Nagasaki. Mark Zuckerberg who spars on me and finds out that I ducked his mother. Opens her cucumber and makes it dart. United States, Native American, census rolls, 1885 to 1940. I can get this down to 40 to 50 bucks at the self-checkout. I present $100 of groceries. Subway launches its first 3-inch sub to combat inflation. Whoa, this is a huge sandwich. So, while being neat from the waist down, I made eye contact with my boyfriend and lifted my leg to dart. Instead, I pushed a little too hard and just passed on the floor like a ducking dog while making eye contact with this poor man. Misogyny check. Let your phone complete the sentence. Women are not allowed in this. Viking fan looking like he ready to risk it all. A teacher told us there were 2 tragedies on night 11 and a girl in my class said that it was her birthday and the teacher changed it to 3 tragedies. I don't know how I can pay my rent. Unbuttons blouse. Him. Oh, I think there's a way. Unzips pants. Everyone else playing Monopoly. Lawyer, Your Honor, if you are what you eat, wouldn't that make my client an innocent man? The judge. But Sandy, you don't even have Netflix. Her son's legal name is methamphetamine rules. The New South Wales Registry of Births, Deaths and Marriages let the name slip through the cracks during the submission process, despite offensive terms being prohibited. A spokesperson told news.com.au they've since strengthened their system to avoid it happening again. How do I change my Amber Alert settings to colored kids only? It would never go off. 90% of Amber Alerts are the father. I think my brother and I just solved the Da Vinci Code. You remember that time when mom and dad got into a big fight because he called her the mother of all disappointments? Vividly. He never insulted her like that. I just realized something. He wasn't insulting her. Holy shut. Yeah. It took me 30 years to figure that out, which only reinforces his point if you think about it. If men are agreeing with you, you said something stupid. You are absolutely right. My girlfriend waking up. I think you took me too hard during sex. How long was I out? Me. Stop sticking. Texas man admits squidnapping 79 people to annually probe them while disguised as an alien. El Paso, Texas. A man who was arrested by the FBI yesterday has confessed to squidnapping and sexually assaulting several dozen people while using. Starfish have mouths in the middle of their bodies. Yeah, so what? Mermaids use them as bars. Tell me how disgusting flapping is. I just want to quit flapping. So tell me how disgusting it is that I take that thing and literally slide it up and down for 3 seconds of dopamine. Record yourself during it and you'll see how disgusting you look like during it. Yeah, and then send it to me so I can reassure you how disgusting you are. Ayo. John Cena surprises 7-year-old boy with answer on his birthday. John Cena. Answer. 7-year-old boy. My mom fell and hit her head last night. I texted my dad this morning asking for an update and this is what happened. How is mom's head? I've had better. Phew, that was intense. Oh god, I forgot to use protection. Oh right, dead people can't pregnant. People who prefer ketchup over mustard are annoying because as soon as you say you like mustard, they go on and on about how much they hate it. Like, okay, you have the same flavor palette you had when you were 5, but that doesn't mean you should insult what I put in my coffee. Me stealing my brother's ape so he doesn't get adbeaked. Man sentenced to doubt after failed seaside attempt. Error. Success. Okay. Fun fact, in the original story, the prince doesn't kiss the princess. He ducks her and makes her pregnant with twins. When they come out, one of them somehow gets to her linger, and thinking it's any pals, he snacks it, and eventually snacks the poison of the wheel out. I got rear-ended like 2 months ago. I got my car into a shop and the person that hit me's insurance direct deposited me $1,700. I thought it was just for me like for funsies, so I spent it all. Nails, hair, lashes. I went all out on myself. Today I went to pick up my car and the repair place tells me that $1,700 was to pay them. I'm broke. What do? Looks like your days of getting rear-ended aren't over just yet. The way my neighbor makes the entire apartment building smell like boiled feet. I'm about to sit outside their door with Fabris on full blast till they get the hint. So turns out he died. Start a sentence. My favorite Lex position is called, and let predictive text finish it for you. My favorite Lex position is called the cancellation fee. I feel called out. My favorite Lex position is called slavery. Well, I wasn't expecting that. My favorite Lex position is called the firstborn. A European airline is testing an adults only section on their flights at an extra cost for passengers 16 and older without kids. I always thought there should be some form of cage hanging by a chain below the plane where you just throw your kid into for a really low cost. Like, who wants to hear a kid complaining or crying? Everyone is calling me a school shooter, and it really ducking hurts. I can't even hurt a fly without feeling like a sadist thick shot, and now I'm being associated with cold-blooded child killers. Feels bad, man. Time to teach them a lesson. I hate Spotify ads cause I listen to podcasts in the shower, and there's nothing scarier than being Nick and hearing LeBron James say, "I'll tell you what makes me thirsty." I briefly worked with a guy who unironically had the ink sock logo tattooed on his upper arm. I remember asking him if he read the book and why he got the tattoo. He said he only saw the movie, and since he was a socialist he agreed with the right hand shaking hand with the bulk hand. That was when I realized that he in fact did not see the movie or read the book, and ignorance was truly his strength. LMRO. If my girlfriend turned into a worm, I'd build her a worm sanctuary and take care of her. I'd repeatedly cut her in half, multiplying her until I have enough biomass to mold her into a pocket catty and duck her. Today I learned, if you grind a marine sponge through a sieve into salt water, it'll reorganize itself back into a sponge. It's the only animal that we know of that can do that. How many animals have we done this to? Why are men only nice to you for 3 weeks lol? That's the end of the free trial. In 2015, police apologized to residents of Swindon, UK, for repeatedly using sirens. They were trying to settle a debate among a group of 4-year-olds during an emergency services presentation, whether the siren goes na-na or woo-woo. Imagine being held at gunpoint, bear with me, by a literate animal, and the only hope of rescue is, bear with me, tweeting a coded message. Help. How would one get a marriage license without the guy knowing? My cousin wants to marry the guy she's with, but wants it to be a surprise for him. She's going to disguise a birthday party with a wedding. Any suggestions? An entire Puerto Rican family has stolen this piece from me. I'm the luckiest person in the world. Study shows that 4 over 5 people suffer from diarrhea. That one person who enjoys it. In 2016, I was getting picked up from the airport at 1 AM, and I said to my Uber driver, sorry it's so late. I hope this isn't the worst trip you've had, and he goes nope. One time I drove a guy to his ex's house to kill her, and that's why I don't talk to Uber drivers anymore. Jump in. I'll give you lift home, I said. Duck off, he shouted back. What an ungrateful little cucumber, I thought as I zipped up my backpack and continued my walk. Yeah, I will eat fast food for lunch and dinner. What's the worst that could happen? The fast food inside my stomach. I have been laughing on this pic for 10 minutes. Help me, I can't stop, I'm crying. 37-year-old mum gives birth to second baby with her stepson, 23, whom she raised from the age of 7. This article was written with the help of AI. A woman recently gave birth to a second child. A man who claims he had sex with Barack Obama in 1999 tells his story. Today I learned that Sean Penn once beat Madonna over the head with a baseball bat, shot at a paparazzi, and hung another paparazzi by his ankles from a 9th floor balcony. Despite that, I still don't like him. Netflix, are you still watching? Someone's daughter. Yeah, doing too much now bruh. Terrible play. He should have been repopulated. As soon as I seen that hit I would have repopulated him. But to say he needs to be banned from competing in college football ever again is crazy dog. You're acting soft as duck. My son is asking how babies are made. What chess quote should I use? The bishop is going to make an illegal move on a minor piece. Did you know? Kansas City welcomes 25 million visitors annually. Kansas City, 25 million visitors. You have an OnlyFans. Don't you even think about your family? I think of them the entire time I film. My cousin was having money troubles, so I gave him a job as a cameraman. So I clearly think about my family. I even gave them a discount code. Does watching guy porn makes you guy? LMRO. Watching anime porn doesn't make you cartoon. Don't worry bro. Me. Fill her up please. Gas station attendant. Fill it all the way up. Me. Yes sir. I want a full tank. When someone asks you why you're carrying a strobe light into an epilepsy ward, it's a surprise tool that will help us later. Nick Castellanos is turning Johan Rogers into a dirty little sea-lot. Furry tries to kill roommate while wearing catsuit. What my kids getting for a snack since we pour? Genuinely curious as to where men feel awesomes. Is it just in the pens or elsewhere also? Alright, this is probably too much information, but the first time I ever had my salad tossed I swear, oh my god. She ate me out and jeeked me at the same time. My throat tensed up. Not tensed up. It was an awesome. I could feel in my neck. My vision went bulk. I came so hard my throat tore sound. If my junk were a gun, it would have shot the dog 3 doors down. If you really put in effort and know how the human body works, oh yeah, we feel it everywhere. It's a whole body experience. Good morning to whomever has been enjoying my coffee creamer all week. Surprise, you've been drinking my best milk. Hope you enjoyed it. Cheers. Alexa, 33, pansexual woman, lives in Livermore, 49 miles away. About me. Here is the situation. I need someone to come over, discreet as shut, and cram in a bowl for me so I can make fried chicken and test a theory. No, you don't have to eat it, and no, it's not a sexual thing, but I'll back you off if that's what you need. Cram is protein, right? And protein can bind. So, instead of eggs, CRSM. Makes sense to me, but will it work? Next day, Alexa was slapped with a KFC lawsuit for trade secret infringement. The most awkward thing when walking behind a woman at night is deciding whether I walk really slowly for like a minute, so she is well ahead of me knowing I'm not a treat, or cross the road, walk really fast then cross back over, so I'm well ahead of her, so I'm also not a treat. Now I run at full speed. Gotta train them for the real deal just in case. Toddler has wee in my bed. Help please. A bit early to start, but as long as he isn't selling, I guess you're grand. 600-pound man arrested after running dog operation all from his bed. Breaking Bad. If there's one thing I can guarantee he's innocent of, it's running. If you were a bender and could manipulate one of the 4 elements, earth, water, air, fire, which one would you choose and why? If you were a bender and could manipulate one of the 4 elements, earth, water, air, fire, which one would you choose and why? Water, so I could give myself an enema and still keep both hands on the wheel. What? How to get a girlfriend in the 4th grade. I tried it. I lost my teaching license and now in jail. Always remember, if she knows her A, B, C, she is ready for the D. I'd recommend the Can You Keep a Secret technique. It's very simple and useful if the candidate can indeed withhold sensitive information. I recommend starting with something simple like sharing chocolate discreetly and working your way up to sharing the most important secret. Where does right chocolate sauce cram from isolating her in the area where it's a secret cause it's only her treat, and just make sure she doesn't have a favorite auntie and the beans are safe. Caution. Use the provided information with integrity and delicacy. In Plains, 2013, we get an establishing shot of New York City during the final race. The lack of the Twin Towers in the background not only implies that 9/11 happened, but also that the plane who hit the towers was Ascension Tower West. There are also World War II fighter planes, which implies a Kars Loho Coast and a Kars Ripe of Nanking. Kars D-Day and Stalingrad, the bombing of Hiroshima and what are you better at than 99% of people? Breaking bones. I have a rare bone disease. If you could switch genders for one day, what would you accomplish? If you were to get pregnant while changed and then revert into a male the other day, what would happen? A wildly surprising peep one day. There's some evangelists would get medieval with you. They should add a crazy monster with the power to summon heroin Brian. Instructions unclear. I accidentally got my friend Brian addicted to illegal drugs. Heroin Brian rise. What are you better at than 99% of people? Picking stuff with my foot. Never bend over. Never give up. People tell me it's quite impressive. This became my pregnant superpower. Tossing shit at myself with my feet. It was glorious. Foot fetishists just found a new niche. What do you think really happens after adult? Your family fights for your belongings. Shii people don't like hint here. Now we only like roll 34. What's the difference to be honest? 2 nukes. Since they're both attending USC now, how cool would it be if Bronny James and Natalia Bryant fell in love and go on to create the most dominant basketball player ever and name him Kobe Michael James? Love an NBA breeding program. NBA breeding program was slavery, greatest eugenics project in world history. It's why America is so successful at sports. Not gonna lie, bro, I'd risk it all for Los Boobert. You capping if you disagree. You're down cataclysmic. Only thing I'm down on, mate, is syndrome. I'm a starving child in Africa and this is the last thing I have ever read. Goodbye. Then get off the PC and go eat, you ate Jot. He ate his phone. Girl, he ate. He starved to death. He's a keeper. My girlfriend is on her period and coming to my apartment. Should I have a small bag or trash can in the bathroom? It depends on how many pieces he will cut her. The Nighthawk was a favorite of mine as a kid. Had a small model of one. I used to set up my heat wheels in a crowded highway and pretend I was bombing a retreating Iraqi army during Desert Storm. Parents who buried their children. How did you learn to cope with the loss? I hope whoever had to do it are doing okay. Well, it's hard. They really didn't want to be buried. They went kicking and screaming. But if you wait till they're asleep, I imagine it's a lot easier. Can Canada just assimilate America and fix everything? Then move on to Mexico and form the CUM empire? Right, I love my family but... and let your keyboard finish it. I love my family, but it had to end. I love my family, but I was really hungry. Why is Steve always drawn as built as a brick shithouse and Alex always as the most breedable thing alive? Because Steve can canonically hold 1.91 times 10 to the power of 561 kilograms while sprinting and swimming, and Alex can give me bulky toppy.